My name is Gregory Hamilton, and this is The Highway to Heaven, 88 Easy Steps, Part 9. So, Part 9, 9 is fine, huh? Should be really easy to have our why by now. It's a big part of why. Why are we doing this? Why are we asking ourselves the question, what is it that I want to do with my God-given purpose? Right? Why? So most of us are here thinking why. We just already think differently to begin with. Okay? It's very easy to get involved with everybody else, to do exactly what everybody else is doing. And they are constantly going to be telling you, why are you doing what you're doing? Why? Now, it's irrelevant to tell them what your why is, but you have to know what your why is. Extremely important. Why? And it's common sense when you start asking these type of questions. Why? Because we're tired of constantly living in that lie. And what lie am I talking about? Well, the lie that you have to lie to everybody to get ahead, that you have to backstab and steal and cheat. And if you get caught, just, hey, it's the game, don't hate the player. It's all big, right? I mean, what level do we sit there and sell ourselves out just to ourselves to get ahead? And then, it doesn't make us happy. Why? Right? Because it's the lie. So the why is so important to keep you on focus on what you're doing. But you already had the why. You're here building your highway. So it's real important for you to be able to continuously remember that you're doing this for you, for your purpose. When that why comes up in the highway, you don't take the wrong path. You stay on your path. Okay? Now, everybody's why is a bit different, as we've been saying, but you constantly are going to go and back to the why. Now, why do we have a notebook? Why do we have our diary? Why do we have our logbook? Is because when you've done something and it's in the past and there's the physical evidence of it, no one can take this away from you. There it is. You've done it. Okay, we can sit there in our mind and we can constantly say, hey, I've got my intention. I got my intention throughout the day and I don't need to log it and stuff. I'll remember all this. But we can't go back on when it's on a stormy, rainy day and go, oh, I always do this. I always do this. No, you have to go back and sit there and go, I know I do this. Matter of fact, I'm going to go and lay another brick right now while it's raining. To keep adding, because you see the progress of why you're doing what you're doing. Okay? And when we start doing things for a purpose, we start taking things seriously. And once we take ourselves seriously, we realize that this is something that God wants us to be thinking about, of building this highway and this connection all the way to Jesus. So everything starts within the mind. Even if you were given the gift of, say, one of the fastest cars that you could have for this highway. But if you didn't know how to start the car, or if you didn't know how to put it in gear, it does you absolutely nothing to have a gift of that kind of magnitude and not know what to do with it. So you're going to have to keep working on the why and why you're doing this so that you can achieve these kind of gifts. Now, how are gifts hidden? So if you're building a highway, you're going to be needing that quiet time to be able to spend that moment to seriously ask yourself. And some of us have different lives than others. Well, we all have different lives, but say some people are like, oh, I'm very lonely and have no one in my life. You've got all the time in the world. You're actually building a carpool lane on this highway, okay? And then the people that have absolutely no time because they've got a huge family, busy work. Your gift is that that moment of stopping is so precious, and that 1 second is worth far more than someone else's mile that has all the time in the world, especially if they're not using it like you wish you could. So that's another part of the grass is always greener. The highway's got both ways. Okay? So you don't want to just constantly think that you have a disadvantage, or you don't want to constantly think you have an advantage. Your why is very important so that you keep yourself focused when all the other distraction cars, trucks are going around you. You know where you're at. Okay? And that's why it's really important, so that you never have that feeling that you're not getting someplace. When you logging everything down, you keep putting your bricks. Nobody's taking this away from you. Okay? So I pray for America, and I pray for you, and God bless you.